So we're here again at
Fires dos Padres.
why I'm so bad with that. Fires dos Padres.
It's okay, don't worry.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yes.
So the big difference is that today we actually are almost alone here. There is this parking next to the cable car station, which is full. But other than that, we are the only car here. Last time when we came here, we parked like minutes walk away from here down the road. So that's quite a difference. They open, I think, at 10 o'clock, and now it's around 11ish.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's see how that looks like. The sun is coming out, which is nice, and the station is open, which we didn't know if it would. So far, all good.
Here we are again at the
It's so quiet. Fajra dos Padres. It's warm actually.
It is.
I thought it would be cooler.
It's really
The
nice.
sky is clearing up. The only thing we can hear is the cock, rooster.
Roosters
That's literally the only thing.
and birds.
And birds, yeah, of course.
And smell is so good.
And I expected actually not much vegetation right now because it's winter, but looking around here,
It feels like it's even more.
it feels, yeah, there's everything. Look at this. What's that? This is papayas.
Yeah.
Salads, papayas.
Except grapes. It was full of grapes, but no grapes at the moment, so it's dry. Otherwise, all these things were actually now much more fuller,
It looks much greener.
much greener actually. I
And-
think all this rain which we had last couple of weeks really was helpful
Yeah,
and great for all this vegetation.
I'm so excited to actually experience this springtime now, because we came in summer and we really just started to explore the island towards the autumn and into the winter season, and it was beautiful, and we thought the flowers are blooming, and yeah, it was actually not very autumnish or winterish, but now we're starting a new season. After rain it gets warmer. I expect much more green and
But that's the beauty.
blooming, so really excited about that.
Even though rainy season is not that pleasant, but it's amazing. It's amazing for the nature, and yeah, it's good.
So we just finished our lunch, and it was as good, if not even better than last time.
What was better this time?
I had a tuna steak which was really good. It was very deliciously seasoned. I haven't had a tuna for quite some while because there's this season here where they're not allowed to
Fish.
fish tuna, so I'm not sure if that's already lifted and back on, but for a while I hadn't had a tuna. You had the same,
I had the same espada con banana, but this time is different because vegetables are in different season.
Yeah, which actually was something that we didn't think about. We came here because we met with the guys from Living Walks, and that was a place that was kind of weather related, comfortable to go to, and they haven't been yet, so we thought we'd show them because we really love that place. And when we came down here, we realized that first of all it's not as I imagined, because I thought it's winter and it might be, there might not be much going on in this
Yeah.
season, that there might not grow much, but it's just different. It's beautiful, and there are different vegetables they grow now and different things that happen around here. There are no people or less people, there are no people swimming, there are no boats around here, but there are still people coming down here. And when we had our meal, the waitress actually explained to us the vegetables of the season and
Fruits of
the fruits of the season, so how they prepare their meals, because what they cook here, they use their own vegetables and fruits they grow here down. And she explained us how they deal with that in winter, so the excess they have in summer they prepare for winter, so they know how to deal with these different seasons. And that kind of made us realize that even we feel like we saw most of the island, there is kind of a rediscovery now, for me at least. How do you feel about it?
It's like seasons.
Yeah, it's seasons. Like,
Everything has seasons.
yeah, but we come to the same place again, and it's different. It's the same place. It feels in some way familiar, but it's different. There's a different atmosphere. There are different things growing. The dishes are different. The meals are different.
Meals are different, yes.
This one dessert. Oh, hey. They are the guys from Living Walks. So cool. This is one of the things that we love about building this YouTube community, that here they are.
Living
So
Walks.
check out their channel. We'll put it in the description.
Yes.
Really lovely people. You might not have seen them on their channel because they don't show themselves. It's a very interesting thing. They walk around and film, and it's a slow TV.
Slow TV.
So that's really cool.
Beautiful videos.
And very interesting people. So put this in the description.
Yeah.
So where did I leave off? Seasons.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say that the dessert, the surprise dessert.
Yes. This restaurant has in their menu the dessert called surprise.
The surprise of the day, I think.
Surprise of the day. Yes.
And I asked, what's the surprise of the day? And they told me what it is, and I said, but I had that last time. So they said, yeah, it's always the same surprise. So
Strange.
if you have been here, I hope I didn't destroy the
No, the
illusion
difference.
of.
The difference
Ah,
is
there's a
that
difference,
the
yeah.
seasonal fruits, because there is a cake with 2 scoops of ice cream and seasonal fruits,
Yes.
which is great.
Which is great. So in some way, it's changing.
That's the surprise.
That's the seasonal thing,
I guess.
but the core of it is the same. But it was delicious,
Delicious,
and we
I
really
love it.
we really loved it.
Cake is good. Ice cream is good.
everything-
Homemade. They make ice cream themselves.
Yeah, and everything is made here from local produce. So everything they grow here, they use for their meals, for cooking, so really good. So yeah, I think it was just this realization that while we think we have seen a lot of the island, now getting into this new year, we're getting into a new season, which we have not experienced.
That's
So,
right. So
well-
what's the season? Because we came here, it was July, so we experienced summer season,
Into the autumn.
and then autumn season, which felt like the same like summer, in some way. Autumn season.
Yeah.
Winter is a bit cooler. Also, there is a change. You could feel that.
Yeah, the
That
winter is
was-
different, but the
Yeah.
rest, there was always something blooming. I think
That's
that
true.
makes it you know, like I thought like they are blooming like all year, or they're blooming like again and again and again, or whatever. But this made it like there's no, like we know in Europe, the typical like autumn where the leaves falling down and changing the color, and so we saw this like from time to time, but not overall. So everything is green, and actually got greener towards the end of the year.
That's true, because
it's
rain.
rain. So it
Yes,
started
that's
to
right.
rain more, so everything became
Greener.
greener. And then it got colder. That's the time where we kind of went out less often.
Yes.
So and now we are getting into this like spring season, or the beginning of the new year, where it gets warmer again. So I'm really curious to see
I'm
now the all these areas. Actually, the areas where we went to, I would
Yes.
love to see them again.
They look different.
Now in a different, like waterfalls, for example. They say the time where we went, there was less water, so the
Yeah.
waterfalls were less impressive than they would be now
In spring.
in spring. So,
That's true.
and I'm sure they're like moss, or this fern.
Fern. Yes.
It was at our time when we went, the fern was kind of burned in many places, and brownish, grey brownish. So now all that is flourishing, and it's lush and green.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
That's true. I mean, there are still actually certain flowers are blooming now in the winter time, which is
Yeah, all the time.
mesmerizing.
I mean,
Yeah.
we as you can see now in this, like us being here now, there are bushes of flowers. There are flowers which we see all year, like this. What is this famous flower?
Paradise.
The paradise flower. So for me, it feels like this flower is around all year.
Oh yeah.
But then there was, for example, towards Christmas, this Christmas rockets, this red.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, which now kind of disappear, but they came around Christmas. That's why they call them Christmas rocket, and everything was red. So there are seasonal
Vegetation.
and flowers, and now they told us the seasonal fruit or vegetables. So it's just banana, avocado.
That's it.
I think that's mainly it. Yeah. So there's no mango, no papaya. They're growing, but they can't harvest them.
So we got avocado for main dish, and we also got avocado for dessert.
Yeah,
so
it was part of the seasonal fruit was
That's nice.
avocado. Cake with avocado was an interesting experience.
that's right.
So yeah, that's kind of a realization we had coming down here today, and I guess it will inform a little bit our planning now, how we explore the island again. I think we will rediscover it.
Yes.
That's
That's true.
yeah. What else did we learn today? We had a very interesting chat
Yeah. We
with
had
this
such
with
a
these
good
guys
time.
from Living Walks.
Yeah.
So it's
Really
very
enjoyed it.
interesting to see different perspectives on running a YouTube channel, on the community, on the comments, on what it means to us, what's our plans, and we are talking recently. We are talking more and more about what we would like to do on the channel. Is it just going out and having adventures, going for hikes, exploring? Yeah, like water sport, learning new things.
Which we still want to do.
We
because
still want to do
we
that.
are interested in that.
But is there anything else that we would like to do? And I think the answer is yes. We might not be fully clear on it yet, but we have somehow this desire to share more. I don't know if this is the right word, but ordinary things, like things from our daily lives. Because when we talk with people, and we saw this now talking with these guys, we talk about our lives, and we say like we have boring days during the week because we are just basically sitting at home, working, editing the video, you're cooking, this kind of things which seem for us to be boring. And then there are lots of things in between. When we touch on them, these guys, they are, wow, but this is interesting, tell us more about that. And we hear the same from family and some friends.
Yeah.
And
So shall we ask
you're into.
I'm very much into nutrition and how food impacts our health. So I can talk about health all day long, basically. Yes.
Yeah, and we got somehow to this point. It's a very valuable thing, you know. Especially now, we are sitting all day at home, every day.
We're
No, not
sitting.
we. I mean generally.
Okay.
Due
okay.
to this pandemic, people
We're not
are
moving that
people are
much.
more at home because they have to be. People are working from home because it's now lots of people have because they can, their work allows to work remotely, and the companies can't go to the office.
Yeah.
And I think that comes with a lot of challenges. I always wanted to work remotely, so for me that was actually kind of an opportunity to do more of that. I started my own business, which also adds to me being able to work in a way that I would love to. You are basically bringing this whole nutritional part in our lives, which was for me a huge change, like a huge lifestyle change. I lost a lot of weight. I feel so much better. I have more energy. And while I'm still resisting it, there are so many things you tell me every day what
Yeah.
would be beneficial for us. And I feel like it would be great for us to try that out. Like the one which we are thinking about to do. You wanna
Which thing?
the
I'm a bit
gluten-free?
shy right
the-
now. I don't know how to start talking about it. And
No, it's a valuable thing, you know. Like
Yeah.
I'm on one side I know it will benefit me dramatically. On the other side I love eating. I love certain things like bread. And I understand that it's not good for us, or the gluten is
Yeah.
not good for us.
yeah.
And like you were telling me recently, like that one of the most important things that we can change is gluten, even we are not intolerant or something. So I don't know the details.
Yeah.
You know more about this.
Basically, we would like to do the challenge of gluten-free
Diet
nutrition.
or nutrition.
Gluten.
I think diet has a bad rap, right?
Yeah, I don't want to use that word diet because it has some negative, might have some negative sound to it. Because people used to use diets when they have to restrict themselves, so it has some kind of negative
Association.
Association, that's right. So basically, the food we eat, we want to try to reduce gluten, to see how that affects our body. So that's how you tailor made, not tailor, tailor made.
You I think the point you're trying to make is that we're all different and we need to find out what works and what doesn't
Exactly,
work, right?
exactly.
So we need to customize the diet for us.
Customize. So I can't say you should not eat gluten because maybe you digest gluten better. But there are many cases where we think we digest gluten well, but we don't have allergy maybe to gluten, but we have gluten sensitivity. And I think time to time is great to just let your body to rest from gluten, and 1 month, 2 months, up to 2 months is enough time for digestion to regenerate and to clear up from gluten, basically, because gluten is how can I go there with this without going too much in
Yeah,
details?
it's like, I mean, we don't need to stick on gluten. We can make
Okay.
a separate episode
Yes,
about this. I think the
right.
point is there are certain things that we do on a daily basis, and I don't want to limit that to food now. I think this is habits, general habits, eating habits. For example, I don't do exercise. I know that it would greatly benefit me. It would greatly benefit my energy level, how I approach my work, and my balance between working and for example going out and enjoying the place we are right now, because we're traveling, right? Even we are slow traveling.
Yeah.
So I want to find this balance, and I think it is a good thing if we try new things and see how it impacts us. And I know that I am very stubborn with that, and that you are more into trying those things, and I mean, she's educating herself on a daily basis with functional medicine and nutrition and all those things. So she knows a lot about this. And while I resist, I also I'm interested in
Performance.
I'm interested in performance. I want to be productive.
Yeah.
This is the key word where she catches me and say like, you can be more productive when we find that this impacts your productivity. So I want to give this a try, and I think on a general, just to generalize this now that we don't go too deep, we wanna try to challenges, different areas. Like I wanna try to do exercise, maybe a daily swim. Nutritional things, so that
Just
we try
one
something.
Thing. We have to be mindful.
One thing at a
we
time.
have to choose something one. Like in nutrition, for example, we just do one thing.
So I cannot do the nutrition thing and go for a swim?
No, you can. For example, physical activity, you do just one thing. Increase, let's say, 15 minutes a day than you would usually do. Regarding eating, you just eliminate one thing.
So that you understand that it has an impact or not,
that's right?
Yeah. So
plus it's
makes
a
sense.
bit easier, because if you have bigger challenge, it's unlikely you're gonna complete this.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be harder. You have to make it as easy as possible, but that's how you get a new habit.
Yeah. So
Small.
basically, bringing this to an end, so we don't want to ramble on forever. There is a bunch of new things that we would like to try. We would like to share that. We are not sure if that's interesting for you guys. We know that this is important. We heard from people we spoke with that it's interesting to them.
And it made a huge difference for us before traveling as well. It
In
was
preparation
about
for
2
us.
years. Yes, in order to have more energy, to have more performance. Like for Michael, that means if he has more energy, that means he is more productive. He's more focused. Then he will create more of things he wants.
Yeah, it's like we have so many things that we want to achieve.
Yes, you
And
want to
this
be
is a
physically active to be
a foundation for that in some way. And also, I mean, we're all not getting younger. I'm getting more present to that. So I feel like, and you mentioned this a lot, that whatever we do now is investing
in
our health. We see this these days with this pandemic, how vulnerable we are, our immune system, how important that is, especially around this virus.
Yeah.
And there are so many things we can do, and even they don't particularly help for the virus, they help us to be a better version of us, to feel better. And I want to try that. I want to really, I know that I feel better after losing more than, 20-25 kilos. I definitely feel like a very different person. I have a very different level of energy.
Can you imagine Michael with 20 kilo more?
Yeah. So anyway, this is something that we would like to try.
Yeah.
We want to combine this with going out, with exploring, and like we mentioned before, kind of rediscovering the island now in a different season, and combine that with our personal experience in trying things out, trying activities, sport activities, nutrition, certain practices.
We're talking about nutrition, which is great, where you said how that affects our energy and performance. But there's also like stress. Reducing stress is also a huge effect
factor, yeah.
on our life, and how you create your life in a way that you have, as less as possible stress.
Yeah, this is something we were working towards with our slow travel and being location independent and building our own business, and all those things is part of being in better control of stress, and basically it's a lifestyle choice, right? It might not work for everyone. For some people it might be more stressful
yeah,
than any other way, but I think this is something that people need to explore, and we would like to explore that a little bit more on that channel. I think that's the message we wanted to.
You said it all.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Michael is.
Yeah, I'm really very excited about this. I don't know if
I'm very
that
happy.
comes through the camera. The guys again. Here.
Okay, I think we need to wrap it up.
Yeah,
for
we need to
now.
wrap it up. So we are about 20 minutes now. That was more talking than we have ever done. But we would like to do more talking, more showing things that we would like to try and see how that impacts us, share that. And yeah, we also want to go out more.
We
And
still
we want to
wanna go
combine
on.
it. So
All
I think
right.
for today that's it.
Yeah.
We leave you with a couple of impressions from Faro dos Padres
In January.
in January.
Yes.
You can compare that with, I will link that video up there, I guess, somewhere. Our previous episode when we were here, so you can compare how that place looks in different seasons.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching and see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.